record. Awesome. And admitting someone else. Can one of you also remind me that I want to take a cute little team photo before everyone hops off? Because I want to take like a little, and I always forget. Okay. So we're going to go through this morning, tonight. I want to talk a bit about mindset because this month, obviously, like we are doing really well and our team is growing and stuff like that. But I've talked to a couple of you guys who are also feeling, you know, a little bit discouraged. Some girls are completely new as well. Some girls, you know, have had really strong months and then, you know, not had strong months and stuff like that. This is going to happen in this business. It's literally going to happen. You have good months and you have bad months. And something that I was listening to today from Jess is like, as a leader, which all of you are going to be, as a leader, it's really good to eventually, when you guys have been in this business longer, you're going to look at your years and compare your years, not your months. Because when you become a leader, you know, every single woman knows that the months go up and down. And sometimes you're riding the wave and it's really good. And then sometimes you're not and you feel like you're having the shittest month ever. I have been there. I have been there so many times. I have been ready to quit. I've been ready to give up. I have been ready to be like, nah, all of my girls can go to Caitlin. She's a better leader. I can't do this, that sort of thing. So it's totally normal that you're feeling that way. It's totally normal that you feel discouraged in sometimes, and then sometimes you have great months. So I wanted to start off with a question with you guys. And I want to ask, do you believe that you are professional enough to be successful in this business? And what does professional mean to you? So if you don't think that you are professional enough to be in this business, why is that? Is it because of your skill? Is it because you don't feel like you have a good enough social media? Is it because you feel like you don't know enough about the products? Is it because you don't feel like you could be a good leader? There are so many different reasons that we think that we are not successful enough to be in this business. And that is what you have to ask yourself to begin with, because if you deep down don't believe that you can do this business and that you can be successful, there are going to be a lot of things that are going to stop you. So another question is, what lies are you telling yourself that are holding you back from truly seeing yourself as being a millionaire or having complete success in this business? So what are the lies that you constantly tell yourself? What are those things that make you feel like you're not successful? So for me, as an example, when I first started, I was like, okay, why do I not think that I could be successful? And it all came down to where I have come from. It come down to my family has always had a really broke mindset. No one in my family has even owned a house before. No one in my family has ever really done well or kept a job or anything like that. And that unintentionally has been projected on me. So I have always thought, well, I can't ever be successful. Why could I be a millionaire? I'm not savvy. I'm not, you know, I'm not intelligent. I used to think all the time, like, I'm not pretty enough. I would tell myself these lies all the time. This negative self-talk that I would have to myself every day and be so unaware of it was insane. Now that I'm aware of it and now that I know what I tell myself, a lot of the time I can stop myself from spiraling into that. But as we like grow up, we tell ourselves these lies of why we think we can't be successful. So all of you started in this business and you saw what the opportunity was and you thought, okay, I feel like I could probably do that. But do you believe that you can be really successful in this business? Because the people who actually go, you know what, I'm going to believe no matter what, that I'm going to be successful are the ones who take action, and they're the ones who are going to actually be successful. Because at the end of the day, it comes back to, you know, what we've told ourselves as we're kids, what our parents have told us, like what we've grown up doing, all that sort of thing. And so all these things, just so you're all aware, there is nothing that you need to have in this business that's going to make you successful. You don't need to be the prettiest. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need anything other than who you are and a little bit of grit and a bit of consistency. But all of those things you can work on, all of those things you can grow. It's not ever anything inherently that's in you that makes you not be able to be a successful person. Because everything, I was listening to, I don't know if you guys listened to the podcast that I put in the chat today. It was amazing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but he talks about you are the gift. You are the gift that you are giving to people. We are giving the gift of, you know, finance and all that sort of thing. That's kind of like a bit separate. But at the end of the day, you're your business, but you are your gift as well. So there's nothing that is inside of you that is not good enough to make you not successful, because you don't need anything to be successful. You can grow, you can learn, you can achieve certain things that can make you successful, but nothing inherently in you. And if there is something that makes you think that, you need to work on that, or come talk to me about it, because I'll work it out with you. Because if you tell yourself those things, that's what's going to hold you back. That is really what's going to hold you back. And so I feel like this is probably a good position to bring this in. So if you didn't listen to the podcast today, it talks about the 4 Ds, the 4 weapons that we have. And I think that this is really good to talk about as well. We will go into more of like the business side things soon, but the 4 Ds of when you start this business, when you're feeling low, when you're feeling down, all that sort of thing, are things that you need to be really aware of and really conscious of, because when you actually know what you're looking for, you're going to be able to identify it and then speak against it and be like, okay, I don't need that. So we all have that negative voice inside of us. We all have it. We always have that critical voice. I am Christian. I obviously believe that there's like God and Satan, the enemy, negative vibes, like whatever you believe, there's always going to be something that tries to pull you back down. So there's these 4 Ds, and I'm going to tell you 2 of them because I think that they're really, really prevalent in this business. And they're the 2 first things that are going to stop you. And then I would love for all of you to try and listen to that podcast. It's only 30 minutes, and listen to the last 2 Ds, because it's really, really, really good. I feel like all of you will get something out of it. So the first one is discouragement. So if people, and this is usually the first thing that we come across when we have people in our lives, or people that love us, or our friends and stuff like that, will come along and try and discourage us. Like the enemy, the universe, us inherently, we know that discouragement actually is the thing that brings us down, because it tells us that we're not good enough, we're not doing well. Discouragement is literally the opposite of courage. So you think about how much courage that you can have when you step into this business and you go, okay, I'm going to step into like this new version of me. And then how often does that happen, where you've got your brother or your mum or your auntie or your friend and be like, oh, I'm just telling you this because I love you. I really don't think that this is going to be good for you. And you always will have someone who's going to try and discourage you. Some people, it's their spouse. Some people, it's their partner. And you always you'll have that person to come in and be like, I'm going to discourage you. It could be anyone. And we know that that is the first thing. Like I always say, the enemy knows how to get to you. And when you are doing well, when people can see you going somewhere, that's what is going to be one of the first things that happens to you. You're going to try and get discouraged. So friends, family, spouse, always the closest people to you will discourage you the most. It is the weapon of the weak. So it is literally, you will only find people who try and discourage you are people who haven't gone and taken risks themselves. who haven't gone and done things themselves, or if they have, it's failed for them and they haven't been successful in that. So it literally is the weapon of the week. So it is like, if you are getting discouragement from people, it means you are on the path to something great. It literally is. Failure wouldn't attack you if you weren't on the right path. That's exactly what it is, because when you see someone doing well and you're not good within yourself, which a lot of the people who will try and discourage you do feel like that, and they try and bring you down in certain areas. So it means that you're actually doing well. You're showing the world that you're doing something different, and somebody else is like, I don't like that. I'm going to try and discourage you and bring you down. So that's the first one. When you see this discouragement, you're like, no, cut it out. I know that that's a part of it, and I'm just not going to welcome that into my life. And I know that this is a part of my success. So actually, this is a fun fact. The guy that does the podcast, he works with like top athletes, like celebrities, everyone. The top athletes and the people who are at the top of their game, he gets asked all the time, what do those people need the most help with? And he's like, courage. They need the most help with courage because they get discouraged. So if the top athletes and the top people in the world are feeling that discouragement, what does it say for us? It means that we're on the right path at the end of the day. Number two, so these are the only two I'm going to go through, and then I want you guys to go and listen to the other two because they're really good. And the last one, all these three things lead to this very last one, and it's really big for us in this business. Number two is doubt. So there is no way to be the best if there's room for doubt. So most people who are the best, they see that straight away and they go, okay, doubt is coming into my mind. I don't have room for that. And that is a really hard, it's easy to say, but it is a really hard thing to do, because when we tell ourselves all these things of like why we aren't good enough to be successful in this business, what we just talked about, that doubt is going to come in, and we have believed those lies literally our whole life. So it is a really hard pattern to undo and to kind of retrain our minds out of. But the first thing is acknowledging it and going, okay, I'm doubting myself and I don't need that. I don't need to put that into my mind. Doubt is a lie. So literally doubt is a lie, because there is nothing within you, like I said before, that is not going to make you successful or do well. Doubt is a lie. The truth is, if you can believe in yourself, you can do anything. So I know it sounds a little bit like fuddy-duddy or whatever. Oh my God, I sound like my mum when I said that. But literally, the truth is that if you can believe in yourself, you can do anything. Doubt is always a lie. Because if we looked at people who are the most successful in the world, do you not think that those people have experienced doubt in their lives too? They just literally set their mind to it and did it. That's all that's different about them. If we are not connected to our giftness, we doubt. Doubt is a lie. See it for what it is. I really want to tell you the other ones, but I'm not going to. So if you are connected to your gift, this is what I said earlier on, if you're connected to who you are and your gifts, and if you don't know what your gifts are, that's something that you need to work on. This business isn't just selling shampoo. I'm sorry for anyone who thought it was. Like, it's way more than selling shampoo. You find out a lot about yourself in this business because you really figure out what your gifts are and how to show up in the world as you. And that can be really scary sometimes. But like every single one of you, I see the most beautiful qualities in you. And I don't even know you guys that well. Like some of you I do, some of you I don't. And I see that. That's something that you need to work on and recognize about yourself. So the discouragement and doubt, I would really work on seeing those things for what they are, and they're just lies. They're literally nothing that you need to believe. And when they come up in your mind, go, okay, I know that this is a trait. Like, I know that this is something that successful people experience. So I don't need to believe the discouragement, and I don't need to believe the doubt. So that's our little mindset sort of thing. Now you're going to have to excuse me because this is where things get all over the place. This is, and we talk about this all the time. Where do you guys see yourself in this business? Do you guys see yourself making a couple of $100s a week? Do you see yourself staying in the same position? Vision is so important to know where you're going because it is going to be the driver to get you there. You're going to lose motivation. You're going to probably lose support because you're going to have people who try and discourage you. You are going to get no's. For the new girls here, you are going to get no's. You are going to get people who say that you're part of the pyramid scheme, all that sort of thing. You're going to get people who will try and bring you down in this business because watching others succeed to the weak is a trigger for them. So the only thing that is going to keep you going is your vision and your why. If you are not connected to your why, it's very easy to come unstuck in this business. So it's very easy to get unmotivated because it's impossible to constantly be motivated. I'm not always going to be here to motivate you. You know, we're not going to always do, like, there may be times where you can't rely on a team call to motivate you or that sort of thing. You have to be able to, like, motivation it's a fleeting thing. So you're going to have to work on being like, okay, what is my vision? Where do I see myself? Do I believe that? And that has to be the driver to get me there every single month, all the time, or get me to where I want to be. It's not about selling shampoo, guys. It's literally about where it's going to take us. And this is the thing when you're trying to recruit market partners and stuff, you're not selling a product pack. You are not selling, $375 pack where you get $700 products. People don't sign up for that. People sign up because they want to know where this can take them. They want to know where you can take them because what's that saying? People go with people who, I'm not going to say it right, people who are going somewhere with people who are going somewhere, that sort of thing. I'm terrible at quotes, but you know what I mean. Because people will see what you're doing and the vision that you're holding for them, because that is part of what you're doing. You're holding a vision for these people who need to see a bigger picture for themselves. You're not selling product. You're literally selling where this business can take someone. And whether that be you want to be a millionaire, whether that be you want to bring your husband home from work, whether that be you just want to take your kids on more holidays, or you want your husband to stop working on the weekend, like whatever that is, that vision has to stay strong because everything else can be fleeting. And you're gonna have hard months. Trust me, I have them all the time. God, I'm really all over the shop this week. Mindset is everything. So obviously that's what we're talking about. Are you the type of person that when stuff gets hard, you are motivated by that? Or do you let it affect you? Do you make it a reason to stop or keep going? So we are always going to have things pop up. Obviously, it's different when, we have friends and family and stuff who are going through, I don't know, health things and whatever like that. But when things get hard in your life, because they will, because the enemy, the universe, all that sort of stuff will try and throw as many things as they can at you when you're doing well. What are the things that you feel like you are going to be able to get through? So leaders, which all of you are, leaders know to rest, not quit, because things are going to get hard. You can rest, but don't quit. And I don't think any of you will, because if you were, you wouldn't be on this call. And so that's a really, when you're going through something, it's totally okay to take a step back and to rest, but leaders know to not quit. Because we can tell ourselves a million times, or when something happens, Teddy, stop. Sorry. We can tell ourselves all the time that, oh, something's happened, it's too hard. I can't do this business, I can't show up. We can use those things to go, okay, things are really hard right now. You know, my mum's going through something and, you know, I really need to help her, all that sort of thing. But use it as motivation to be like, I want to use this business to change other, like for me, I want to use this business to change other people's lives. I know that sometimes my sister and stuff, she really needs help with the 2 kids and stuff like that. And I could easily go, I need to take a step back because things are really hard and, you know, she's going through a breakup or whatever it is. But I'm going to use that to be like, you know what? This is why I need this business. This is why I need to keep pushing and keep going, because this business does build grit. It builds resilience. And I was talking to Alira today. If you don't know who Alira is, she is my upline's upline. And she said to me, well, this is like a statement, not everyone can be in the leader mindset. Not everyone is made for this. MMP, our first rank, is a push. MMB is an even bigger push. Once you get to a certain rank, you will either sink or swim. Some will swim. Pretty sure that's all of us. Others will self-sabotage and they sink. It's just the nature. Not everyone is built for this. That is the truth. And I'm sorry if you're new on here and you're like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? It is a push, and most of you girls know that. But most of you girls can see the bigger vision, and most of you girls can, well, all of you girls know what you want and where you're going. But it's just that we lose sight of that sometimes. It's just that we lose sight of why we're doing this and what our vision is. And we have those shitty days and we don't want to show up. But every single one of us has that vision. We just have to remember why. We just have to remember our why. And if it means having to write it down, because your why changes every couple of months and stuff, the further on that you get into this business, write it down so you can see it. So on those days, you can be like, okay, I need to go back to this, and I need to do this, and I need to truly go back to why I started this business and what feeling I was feeling when I started this business, because that's what I want to change.
We were watching before dinner.
So, okay. The magic that you are looking for, so this is in terms of everything, and I saw this quote today and I was like, okay, that is really good. The magic that you are looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. So that ties into, you know, us having bad days and stuff like that. When you listen to this podcast, you will understand what I'm talking about. It'll make a lot more sense. So think about as well, like, it's easy for me to be like, okay, what's your vision? What's this and that? What is possible in this business? All of you would have started because you probably wanted a bit of extra money. I truly saw what was possible in this business. I truly saw that women were becoming millionaires after a couple of years. I saw that women were driving new cars. I saw that they were going on trips, and I knew of these women. Like, I knew that they were real people. So the possibility of this business, and we forget it so often because we're in the daily grind of like, okay, I got to post this reel and I got to get back to this person and I got to, you know, do this hair quiz and all that sort of thing. We forget what is truly possible in this business. And this money that we can earn can literally impact our lives and so many other people's lives. In, like, I know, for example, like, and I always bring this up because I think it's so beautiful, Levi, like, early on in her business, was able to buy her family passports. Like, that is a true gift. Like, someone could say, oh, you can get a new car or you could help your family. Like, to me, helping my family is way more important than that. Ivy was able to buy her brother like a house practically. She had the stories that come out of this business are insane. People have investment properties. People can buy their parents a car. People, like, that's something that I want to achieve. I'd love to, my whole family is broke. So I'd love to be able to provide that for them. Like, the possibility in this business is actually huge. And when you break it down into monetary wise, the way that we get paid, the bonuses that we get, you know, all that sort of thing, it's so achievable for us to make big money in this business. But do you believe that you can make big money in this business? And if you don't, why is that? You have to ask yourself that. Because at the end of the day, you're going to, like I said, go through ebbs and flows. But if you truly feel like you can't, like, if you don't see the possibility in this business, it's going to be very easy for you to give up. And guys, my team are not quitters. I'm putting it out there. We're not quitters. So, and I'm not a quitter. So everything that I expect of myself as well, like, I put immense pressure on myself, and I have really high standards for myself, which sometimes is not so great. But I truly see that in all of you guys. Like, I see that all of you have high expectations of yourself, and not in a bad way of like, I expect so much of you, but everything that I do, I don't do that just for myself. I do that so I can show you guys that you're capable of doing that as well. Everything that I expect of myself, I expect of you guys, because I know that you guys can do that. I know that you guys can show up every day. I know that you guys can be consistent. I know that you guys can get out of your comfort zone and get out of your own way. I know, because I've seen it in every single one of you. So, like, even Sammy, bye honey, good to see you. Even Sammy, she has been a part of this business for like a couple of weeks, and I haven't seen Sammy's face in years. And all of a sudden she's just like popping up and getting out of her comfort zone, and, you know, like, just truly being herself. And people love to see that. Like, people love doing that. And that is a big part of this business, of getting out of your own way and getting over what other people are going to like say about you. Like, Lily is a huge testament to this as well. She has just like taken off, and, you know, like, every single one of you, I am truly in awe, because I have seen all of you grow so much as people. And so that's the only thing, you're the only person that's going to get in your way. There's nobody else that's going to get in your way at the end of the day. And so it'll kind of lead me into this. You need to as well, like, talking about expectations of myself, I set the bar pretty high for myself. I'm not in this I was, when I started, to make an extra $50. But when I saw what this business could provide, I was like, I'm setting the bar pretty high. If you guys are setting your bar at like the minimum, that's all you're going to achieve. That's literally all you're going to achieve, because it's self-limiting beliefs. It's really like easy for people to say like, oh, whatever you know, put your mind to, you'll achieve. But it is so true. And I've never really experienced that until I started this business. If you don't think that, if you set your bar really low, then that's all you're going to achieve. You're going to get to that bar and go, okay, cool, I achieved that. I'm setting my bar pretty high, because then I know that if I don't get it, which is not that often, because I set it pretty high and I know that I'm going to get it, I know that the next month, that's my bar again. And I just keep striving, and I keep going, and I keep being consistent. No one is going to show up and do the work for you at the end of the day. Like I said, you're going to lose motivation and stuff like that, but you have to be consistent, and you have to just keep showing up, because you are the only person you're competing with. And if you think that you're competing with someone else, if you're comparing yourself to someone else, don't do that. It's like the biggest comparison in this business is the biggest killer. And I have felt that very, very much in my own business. And I'm not going to get on here and be like, I've experienced no trials and this and that and blah, blah, blah. My business was super affected for a couple of months because I was comparing myself a lot to everyone else. And it really, really took me down. So I always say this, put your blinders on, focus on what you're doing, focus on how you do it. Don't look at all the other best people doing this. Don't look at the most successful women doing this and try and copy them and stuff like that. Literally do this. Let everything come from your heart. Let everything come from you. If that's one thing that I have learned, I have tried to replicate other people's stuff. I have tried to recreate other people's reels, and it just doesn't hit hard enough, or it just doesn't hit home with people because it's not really me. And because I'm being so authentic and stuff on my stories and all that sort of thing, people can tell when it's not true to who you are. People can tell when you're putting on something else and you're not speaking the way. The best thing that I do is literally, if we're talking about like social media and stuff, I will literally get on there, I post something and I'm like, okay, what does this actually mean to me? What does, like, I'm posting something about a business. Do I truly believe in this business? And how does that make me feel? And I will write about that. How do these products make me feel? Yes, we can do like our educational posts and stuff like that about, you know, Rejuvenate and all that sort of thing. But when it comes to like showing who you are, you literally need to show up as your most authentic self. You need to show up as you're going to attract people to you, not to, you know, a million other fake posts that have been copied from someone else. So, wow, that went off. I didn't mean to go all that all that way. Okay, your sorry guys. Okay, like I said before, you're going to get no's, you're going to get rejected. You just have to keep showing up and remembering your why. That's that. At the end of the day, that's pretty much what it is. There's going to be days as well. There's going to be times where I'm not going to be able to be here to help you. So the girls that go far in this business are the girls who can literally motivate themselves, push themselves, be resourceful, look up things for themselves. Like you have to be able to go out on your own and do this, because one day you guys are going to be leaders too. Like one day you guys are going to have a full team and you are going to have to go out and be on your own and do this sort of thing. And that's what I'm here for, to support you and guide you and all that sort of thing. But at the same time, you guys have to be the ones that do this for yourself. Is it hard work? 100%. Like I don't want to get on like team calls and stuff like that. That's not in my comfort zone to be able to teach people. That is a lie that I've always told myself, that I'm not intelligent enough to teach people things. This is uncomfortable for me. But Caitlin's not here. She's not holding my hand. She's not doing anything of that. When I started this business, I got given nothing. Like I got given, I think, a product reel and how to do my hair quiz, and that was it. And I had to be resourceful, because at the end of the day, and I mean, all of you guys are, so like, I'm just saying this because people will watch this video and stuff. But if you need an answer, you go and find it, because these are the things that you're going to have to teach your girls as well. You guys are going to be leaders as well one day, and you guys are going to have to be resourceful and find these things and step outside of your comfort zone and all that sort of thing. So you have to, yeah, just like be able to be self-sufficient is what I'm saying. Be self-sufficient, because as a leader, that's something that you're going to have to do. There are going to definitely be times where I am working very closely with you, whether if you're running for a rank, if you are, you know, needing some help with closing some people, like all that sort of thing. I'm not saying don't reach out to me. I'm just saying that in this business, you have to have autonomy as well. You have to, if you don't know what to post, go and look in our boards, and you know, we've got a whole social media page. If you don't know something in the comp plan, go and look in the comp plan. Like I have 100 girls on my team now asking me things, and there are times where I'm like, I can't answer this question again. And all of you are going to feel exactly the same when you have your own team as well. So making sure that you guys can like be self-sufficient and do that sort of thing. this is another thing that I wanted to bring up. And hear me out as well. I'm not like targeting anyone. I'm just saying in general, because this is what I see a lot of people in Monat do. A lot of you guys are actually not too bad at this, but you can't post other people's stories constantly and expect them to relate to you and join your team. You have to share your why, and people need to feel connected to you. So when it's all well and good to be able to share everyone else's stories and their success stories and all that sort of thing, but if you are not showing your face and who you are on your stories, on your social media, that sort of thing, people are not going to feel connected to you. They're going to feel like it's an ad, like they're just watching like a marketing story sort of thing. If you're trying to sign up people to become market partners, because really that's where the money lies. That's how you guys are going to get, like, that's how we're going to be an SED team. That's how we are going to get to a certain, you guys are going to get all your rank bonuses, that sort of thing. We should be focusing on recruiting and getting women into our team and all that sort of thing. If you just constantly share other people's stories, which I think I've posted in like that little schedule thing of what, you know, Monday to Thursday post about the business and all that sort of thing. Of course, share other people's stories, but people need to feel connected to who you are and why you're doing this. It is really scary. I'm not saying that this is easy. I'm not saying, oh, just like do it and like, you know, get over it. I get that this is really scary. I get that this is really nerve-wracking for people to get on and tell people your story, like your life. But that's why when you get into this business, I'm like, I hope you're ready to get a little bit uncomfortable, because people actually feel like they know you. They want to join your team. They want to help you. They want to be a part of what you have going on. Like if you're going somewhere, they want to come with you. So while it's all well and good to post, you know, Ivy's story and then Krista's story and then Mary's story and then, you know, all these girls that we see who have got great success, you need to be coming on and being like, this is why I started it. This is why it's so important to me. This is why I'm so passionate about this business. And people are going, and it's going to be hard, but that's the way that most people are going to join you, because I'm pretty sure that most of you would have joined me because you saw me doing the same thing, because you saw me talking about the business, because you saw me sharing about why I started, sharing about my family. You guys feel like, even some of you who I didn't know before, you feel like you know me. That's why you're like, okay, yeah, I want to join her team. Like, even if it's something as simple as like, yeah, she's a cool chick, I want to be on her team. It's literally, you need to show people who you are. And there's only so far you can get with not showing your face on social media, and you'll get to a point where you're like, nothing is working, nothing is going. If you come to me and say that and you haven't posted videos of yourself talking, I'm going to be like, have you tried everything? I don't think you have, because that's what people really connect with. I mean, most of you are really good at this, so I'm just saying in general. What was I going to say? Okay, so quickly, we've got a little bit of time left. I want to talk about actual how we get you guys. All of you should be focused on MMP. So if you have hit MMP, like you should be aiming for MMB. Don't even think about middle ranks, but most of you want to hit MMP. So literally, as what that is 2 + 4 people. And we've talked about this before, but your goal every single month, regardless of what rank you are, should be 2 + 4. 2 market partners, 4 VIPs. If you've already got VIPs, that your volume is going to build. So we get paid on a uni level bonus as well. So even if you have hit MMP or AMB, it's super important to maintain that rank, because number one, you get paid on a uni level bonus for that rank. So say for me, I have been MMB for 4 or 5 months now. I'm in MMB jail. But if you stay there, number one, you're setting a goal for yourself. You're not lowering the bar. You're keeping the bar high. But number two, you're getting paid on like a uni level bonus. So whatever my GB is, I get paid as being an MMB, like a certain percentage. So if you are trying to like always hit that rank, MMP, 2+4, 2 people to join the business and 4 people as a VIP. You can get your active lines. So you need 2 active lines to be MMP, 3 to be AMB, and it goes up and stuff like that. You can get those active lines from your already market partners if you already have some. If they buy a product, if they buy any product, if they sign up some VIPs, they can become active lines. But you should be focused on getting 2 new market partners a month and 4 VIPs. If you continuously do that, you will always rank up. You'll get a rank up bonus. You will always get, you know, good commissions. You will always you'll always hit your goals if you focus on your 2+4. Now I'm at MMB, I have a much higher bar for myself set, and you guys will too. But MMP is so important because it teaches you how to constantly strive for that bar. And then you're going to be able to go and go and go. And so what that means for people who don't understand, well, MMP at the moment, you get double GB points for Tulum. So what that means is when you build volume, so your group volume, I'm speaking to some of the new girls here too, when you build your group volume and you get your first rank, whatever that volume is, whether it's, you know, you've just hit 1,200 or you've like far exceeded it and you're like, you know, 3,000, Monet doubles that and it goes towards your volume for Tulum. So you need to, for tier 3, you need like 60,000 volume. I know it sounds like a lot, but you would be so surprised at how this, if you are focusing on the 2+4 method every single month, your volume is just going to stack and stack and stack because you've got a good foundation of VIPs, plus you've got a good foundation of market partners as well, who are hopefully trying to do this business. And even if they're not doing this business, they'll usually keep purchasing products. So they're like the GB will still go up eventually anyway. So you've got, that's your goal, because we've got the double GB points, but also I'm doing like a little giveaway thing for anyone to hit MMP gets like a little thing from me. But that's also a good, like, I don't know, if you're in your Smart Start, it's a little bit more. If you're outside of your Smart Start, it's a little bit less, but you're still getting $140 rank up bonus. You're getting all of the commissions. You're also getting an $85 VIP acquisition bonus. So within, plus your market partner pack bonuses, that's a couple of $100 extra just that week, you know? So and guys, you would be so surprised at how quickly this can happen. It can literally happen in like 2 days. I have seen people hit MMP in a couple of days. Don't discredit just because it's like, you think, I used to always think, so what day is it today? The 21st of March. I would always be like, oh my God, there's only like a week left to go. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm never going to get that. Now I look at it and I'm like, whoa, I've still got like 8 days left to go. This is awesome. We've got so much time. Like so much can happen in that time. If you are truly focused on what you need to achieve, you would be so very surprised at how quickly it can happen. So something that has also, this will be my last point and then I'll open it up for questions. Something that has really helped me, and I know it's helped Shannon as well, is doing that, the scheduling thing from like Monday to Thursday, talking about the business. Or you can swap it around and do like Monday to Thursday VIPs, because usually our sales are during the week. So it's like from a Monday. So whether it be Monday to Thursday, you do VIPs, and then Friday to Sunday, you only talk about the business. And make Monet a cameo in your life. Don't make it the sole focus, rich for me to say, because I swear it's all I post about, but don't make it everything, but slip that in. You know, one day do about the opportunities, one day do about the car, one day do about, you know, like your why. And like, if you think that no one is watching, there is always someone watching. You may feel like weeks and weeks and weeks go by and you're like, I'm talking to the same people show up on my stories. Like no one reacts to my question boxes or my sticker boxes. And if they do, they say it's an accident. Like, you are going to feel like that. But the more that you do it, the more consistent that you are, the more trust you are going to build with people. I've said this so many times. There's going to be girls that you'll see people that will show up and they'll get their bonus, they'll get their pay, and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I love this business, blah, blah, and then they'll drop off
Sorry,
the face
baby.
5 days. And literally you won't see from them again. That person that has been watching you that whole time, they're going to be like, oh, where did she go? Oh, well, I know that other girl that's selling Monat. I might just buy from her. I have had that happen to me all the time. I've had girls say that to me and be like, oh, I just, like, I've seen a few girls posting it, but like, you're just so consistent with it. And like, you seem like you just really love the products and you really know about it. So I just thought I'd buy from you. I've heard that so many times. And I know that that's because I've been consistent. So when it feels like you're talking to no one, I promise you are. There are people watching and just sussing out, because most of you, other than like some of the new girls, most of you will have gotten that top layer of people who are like quick yeses, who are like, yep, okay, whatever you're doing, I'll do it, like that sort of thing. You're now working on a deeper level of people who are like, let's see if I can trust this chick. Let's see if she actually takes this serious. Let's see if she's consistent. And you'll find that consistency is your biggest driver. If you keep showing up and you keep doing it, you are going to get these people. Lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else, but yeah, pretty much that's it. So just keep being consistent, keep showing up, the schedule thing. So yeah, talk just about the business. And honestly, what I've been doing is, if I find like a really good hair reel and I'm just like, oh, I really want to post it, because we all do that. We're like, oh, this relates to Monat, I'm going to post it. I will save it in a folder for my hair days. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm just talking about the business for the next couple of days. I'm sharing other people's stories. I'm going live. Like, if you have not done a live, I'll excuse you if you're new, but you should be doing lives with people. You should be doing lives with your sidelines. You should be doing lives with me. If I haven't reached out to you, reach out to me. I'll do one with you. You should be, talking about the business, talking about the money, even if you haven't made that much. Talk about the women that you're bringing into this team. Guys, no one knows how many people you have on your team. You can literally be like, I'm, preparing for a team meeting. It might be one person. Like, literally show up as the leader that you want to be as well. Like, that's as simple as it is. And just, there's so many things that I've given you, which is like IPAs and stuff like that you can do, income producing activities that you can do for that sort of thing. The bingo that we've got going is VIPs and market partner ones. So yeah, you can just go off that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm going to open it up for questions, literally about anything or anything that I've talked about. You guys can just fire away and ask me. But yeah, I hope that was valuable and not too hard hitting. Sorry. Anyone has questions, but if you don't, that's good.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coming through because I'm on my headphones,
Yeah.
but it was about something you said the other day about the whole attraction podcast. And kind of how you reach out to people, because I really don't want to do the whole kind of cold calling.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of put me off. I didn't want to kind of start a company with someone kind of giving the impression that this is what you do, like bug people all day.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have said that they kind of do the attraction process. So, because I've got a few girls that I'm like, I know they'd be really, really good at it. Would you just kind of put out content that's kind of more related to them, or how would you go about trying to get certain people?
I don't do reach outs. I don't do cold reach outs at all. I never have. I do warm reach outs. So I do reach outs to women who are watching my story, who have commented on things. And honestly, I've reached out to people that I've like prayed about and been like, God, like highlight people to me that I want in this business. And whatever that is, like always be switched on to who you want. And if you feel like someone that you think is going to do really well in this business, let them know and let it come from the heart. You don't have to be like, hey girl, have you heard of Monat? That works for some people. It doesn't feel authentic to me. I literally will be like, hey babe, I don't know if you've seen what I'm doing, but I am doing this business and I'm genuinely really loving it. It's changed my life. You have been on my mind, and I thought that this would be something that you would be really good at because you're authentic, you show up online really well, you know, like all that sort of thing. Just like let it come from your heart. Like whatever you feel like why you want them to be a part of the business, just tell them that. So another thing with attraction marketing is just literally be yourself and post stuff that isn't about Monat as well. So attraction marketing is like getting people to come to you. It's just like building your following and building people like that are going to come to you for things other than Monat and other than hair and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I would kind of say to that. There's heaps of resources on attraction marketing. I'm actually still like kind of looking into that and stuff as well. So I will speak more. I'm going to do a little bit more learning and then do like another meeting on that as well, which will be hopefully really helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right, babe. And just like drop into my inbox and we can talk about it and we can like suss out a strategy and stuff for you as well. Any other questions or concerns, Shannon? No? Oh, I thought you were reaching to the phone. Okay, cool. Sorry for keeping you all for so long. I know this was actually quite a long one, but I was like, I wanted to get out some of that stuff. But please go and all listen to that podcast because it is really, really amazing. I think you'll get a lot from it. And it's going to help you identify the process of what you go through almost every 4 things in an entire day. And you can be like, okay, I know that I don't need these types of things in my life and they just hold me back. So anyway, I think that you are all doing absolutely amazing and I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on and yeah.
Love you.
Love you. Okay, we're going to take a cute team photo first. Oh, this is not good. Well, you can't even see you guys. You're all so small.
Where's the lighting good?
Where's the lighting good? I look like I've literally shaved my head, but yeah, all good. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cute. Thanks, guys. Okay, I love you all and have a good, always ask me anything. Don't, Levi. Drop into my inbox if you need anything. If you're new, struggling, whatever, just let me know. I know Levi's taking a photo. Okay, love you all. Have a good night.
What just happened? Bye.
Bye.